This is example problem number 6, and we've got a gentleman who's shooting a pool ball, so it's this white ball, and when he hits it, it actually flies off the table, and it follows the red line path down to the ground. The final speed of the ball when it hits the ground is 6 meters per second, and the original height of the table is 0.68 meters. The final height is going to be 0, so we know that down here at the bottom, this would be our 0 line. And they want to know how fast is it when it actually leaves the table. They don't give you a mass for this one. And that's confusing to some people because when we look at the equation we're going to use, this is the equation for the conservation of energy. Our original kinetic energy, which is this equation, plus our original potential energy, should be equal to the final kinetic plus the final potential energy. Notice that the mass is the same all the way across, hence why they didn't give you the mass of the ball. If you cross all that mass out, you're left with the following equation. 1/2 of the original speed squared plus gravity times the original height should be equal to 1/2 of the final speed squared plus gravity times the final height. Let's plug all of our numbers in. When we do that, notice that we're solving for the original speed squared. We have 10 meters per second squared for gravity, 0.68 for the original height, 1/2 of 6 meters per second squared, which is the final speed, plus 10 times 0, so this last term crosses off. If we get rid of that last term and we go ahead and do some math, we end up with 1/2 VO squared plus 6.8 meters squared per second squared is equal to 1/2 6 meter per second, and that quantity squared. Do a little bit more math, we went ahead and squared the very end term. Then we take 1/2 of the 36 that we had here, we end up with 18. We subtract 6.8 from both sides. You still have to subtract here, you can't divide anything. And we end up with 1/2 VO squared is equal to 11.2 meters squared divided by second squared. We're going to multiply both sides by 2 in order to get rid of this 1/2 term. And now we have VO squared is equal to 22.4. Going to take the square root of both sides, and once you get done with that, you end up with a final answer of 4.7 meters per second.